anything, because you're so deeply involved in the development of AI, anything that keeps you up at night when it comes to ethical use of artificial intelligence, and where do you stand in terms on the debate of regulation in any emerging technology?
Yeah, I would say that with any powerful technology, and especially the one that we have today, it is not clear, all the things that it can do, and especially once it becomes in a place where the AI can start improving itself. Definitely, I think we ourselves cannot imagine all the ways in which people will utilize it. So I do think that there are a lot of good scopes of having a dialogue, understanding what regulation should mean here, what does use of AI mean. And I would also say from a research perspective, there's very active areas of research and thinking about how do we align models to act in humans' best interests. And obviously, that's kind of easy to state, but very hard to execute and implement. So you do need, experts from maybe, different areas, from people who can help with, the policy setting, the regulation setting, and obviously the researchers and the people who are using these models itself to figure out what is usage of this look like, and how do we deploy it. I think like any technology, there's going to be many, many benefits, and I do believe at least in the next few years, 4 to 5 years, the benefits will outweigh the cons. So I think we have to wholeheartedly adopt it. But think about the deployment of it, and how people will use it day to day very carefully.
Right, Dr. Srivatsa and Saurabh, from both of you, how do you think companies can manage or avoid misuse of AI while developing the technology?
Look, like we've been talking about the transformative power of AI, I think the ability for us to leverage AI will only be if you're able to trust it. So the whole idea of trustworthy AI is a topic that companies like Microsoft have been investing for quite a long time. And trust comes in at least 3 pillars: security, privacy, and safety. And I think there, the journey is not something, it's a long journey, and we've been at it for many, many years, since 2016. And I think that ability to have an approach that is taking principles, but making sure that you have the tools, techniques, standards, and governance approaches to ensure that you can innovate with AI with confidence, knowing that the platform and the guardrails you have put in place are there to ensure that they are human aligned, to the point Nikki was making. I think that is what we are seeing organizations that are going in and saying, embracing AI for innovation and growth in a big way, ensuring that they are putting in the guardrails, the thinking, the governance, the risk management frameworks to look at AI from a trust perspective.
Right. Final words from you on this. Do you think we need more regulation going forward?
Well, yes, for sure. I think for any technology to succeed, it has to be well regulated and therefore put to the right use. I think quickly, in the interest of time, 3, 4 quick points. I think firstly is responsible AI or ethical deployment of AI is now a necessity and not a choice. Accenture, for example, has taken a lead in terms of appointing not just a chief AI officer, we have a chief responsible AI officer as well, okay, who looks at essentially how and advising firms and companies in terms of how AI should be used. 15 to 20% of the budgets that typically companies use for AI are earmarked for responsible AI usage. What are the right frameworks, guardrails, platforms that should be put together so that monitoring of the right use of AI is therefore very critical. And a few days back, I was there at the India Mobile Congress in a CEO roundtable, and we had Mr. Scindia, kind of talk to us about various technologies on 5G and various other technologies for emerging India. And even the government of India has taken notice in terms of the responsible and ethical use of AI, and the India AI mission, other areas are working on ways and means to lay out the right framework around it. So I think very clearly the awareness has been created. It's a matter of, it's very simple. If AI is developed, it's put to use, you don't use it well, any which ways you're not going to get appreciation about it. Even ChatGPT, when it was launched and people used it, when the hallucinations started coming in, you had quite a few people who lost a bit of touch in terms of saying, okay, not everything is right there. Then people start to work in terms of getting it right. So it's inevitable, therefore.